Welcome to the Halloween edition of
We
the
back.
Bleachers. It's getting spooky up in
I'm
here.
gumping it. I'm gumping it. Oh, Jenny, I'm gumping it. I'm gumping it.
Forrest Gump.
We got
Gumping
Forrest
it.
Gump. Cade.
I didn't think you had it in you.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Doc Holliday.
And
And his name is John C.
John Mo freaking Cena. It doesn't
Mo
translate super well to camera, but it was a fun costume when I saw it on Amazon.
Classic.
Classic.
Very fire.
Got any plans for Halloween, guys?
I don't know yet, honestly.
I'm gonna have me about 17 Dr. Peppers.
Y'all, we have a Halloween themed Heart of the Order if you guys would like to get straight into that.
I would love to. Let me get my notepad so I can keep track of these things. We had a Halloween costume contest at my work today, so we all got to go in. And the winner of it, I think our top three, we had two people do White Chicks. They were third. We had three people do Shrek, Fiona, and Donkey was second. And the winner, I'll have to send you guys the video. This dude dressed up. He looks just like McLovin. He dressed up as McLovin, had the vest, had the little fake ID. Dude, it was hilarious. He won $1,000 on our costume contest today.
That's crazy. That's an insane amount of money.
First place got
Good amount of money to
$1,000.
win right
Second
there.
place got 500. I think third place got 250. So yeah, they balled out. Yeah, they balled out. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. They cooked and had drinks there and stuff. It was a good time.
Yeah, we had a little Halloween party as well in my work. Had a whole bunch of cooking and shit. Halloween contest. They won some gift card, but I don't even know how much. Some dude that was dressed as Art the Clown actually won it.
Speaking of which, speaking of my work, remind me. I'm just gonna put a pin in this. Remind me to say something. Remind me to shout out my boss in a segment later. Okay, when we get to LSU, just remind me of my boss. Just want to throw this out there.
Gotcha.
Anyways, we progress. We progress.
Oh, I was actually off today, so I've just spent like the last 2 or 3 hours like just walking around the house in a John Cena costume, giving like people and inanimate objects that you can't see me. Can't not do it. I mean, top 5 emote all time.
All right, let's do some rock paper scissors for this Heart of the order.
Before we get in started, honorable mention, one of the greatest memes of all time, the lady that got spam called by John Cena. God, it's unforgettable.
Greatest.
Dude.
Unforgettable right there.
Can I speak to Champ? Who's Champ? The question will be answered tonight, dude. That is one of the funniest parts of the whole thing. That makes me laugh genuinely every single time I hear it.
He answers it pissed off,
Who's
and he's like,
Champ?
"Do you support our troops?"
Oh, dude, it's a classic. Let's get this rock paper scissors going, fellas. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah.
Okay, number one pick. Wow,
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
Jordan for second and third. 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, I will go last.
All right.
If you
Cade,
know me, I'm going to start this one off easy peasy. If you know me, you should already know what I'm going with. All right. Give me the king size. I'm talking about the big foot-long Reese's.
all right.
So, hold on, question. Never mind, I'll ask when I go. Go ahead.
I have an immediate question.
Yes.
Are all Reese's off the board, or just
Okay,
Okay.
that's what I was going to ask. That's what I was
Okay.
I feel like there's
say-
some that there's definitely one that
we
still
can
be got.
since this is like
I
about
have to
all
say-
about candy, we can go with specifics here. Where like
I agree.
we now
No,
can,
we're
you can't
definitely
pick
gonna- I
any
think
type
we go
of.
specific here.
All right,
Okay, I agree.
I'm gonna go with
And I'm specifically talking about the one with 4 in it.
got
Yeah,
it.
respect.
You know what I'm talking
I
about?
don't know what
Dude.
rich neighborhood you're in that's giving out 4 Reese's a pop, but like, let me know. I'm 12. Let me go.
I rob them. I'm Doc Holliday.
I am
Real.
12.
Well,
I'm gonna go with the shaped Reese's, like the pumpkins, the
I'll go
ghost,
pumpkin.
and the bats.
I like
Gotta go pumpkin Reese's. That's such a good
those
pick.
are always so good, and I figured out why. It's because they're so fresh. They have to keep repeatedly making more of them because they go out of stock, and
That-
they're seasonal. So they're
that
always
and I
Those
think
trees- I think the trees are better. I mean, they're not
Just
Halloween,
any
they
of
don't
the-
count for this, but
any of the
I
holiday
think
shapes.
I think that like
as
that's
a
it for
Reese's man, the best
But, like,
shape though, it's the
egg,
heart.
the egg,
It's
the egg,
heart.
dude. The
It's
eggs.
the hearts.
The eggs are the
hearts.
hearts. They're similar, but here, dude, have y'all noticed how like late summer, how there's like no holiday for Reese's to have a reason to actually put out any shaped Reese's? So they were like, Reese footballs. Now you can go buy Reese footballs in the summer.
Dude, and the white chocolate ones, bro.
Whoa.
Unreal.
I don't like them
Unreal.
as much. They're definitely
They're
like
better.
they're
They're better.
they're sweeter.
They're better.
It's such a good change of pace. I don't know if it's possible to get burnout from Reese's.
They're
Like,
better.
you can change all this up. Like, so
Yeah.
good.
All right, bro.
Man, those are some good ones, fellas. I'm gonna go. Dude, you know what I've always loved. Dude, give me the fun size M&Ms.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I could
Oh, yeah.
sit there and eat fun size M&Ms all
yeah.
day. Really big on the fun size M&Ms. I'd always start trading for those. The second one, and I know the heavy hitters are the king size in this, but man, I'm a little sucker for the little. You just unwrap them, dude. Give me the little Snickers. Give me the little unwrap the Snickers. One pop them in,
Little
like
cubes.
yes, bro. They taste
I
so
like
much
those.
better like that.
I like those, and they've been putting letters on them recently,
Yeah, right.
and like it's kind of fun to try to collect them all
Yeah, it's awesome. Shout out
before you
Snickers.
smack them all.
Real.
Yep.
Swing back to you, Jordan.
With my second pick, this is kind of in the same ballpark as Bo. Like one of the first things I think, like when Bo's talking about trading at the end of the night, give me the little 2-pack of Starburst. Like it's so much fun. You
That's
either
an underrated pick right there.
like sometimes
Yes,
but
sometimes you get the 2 yellows and a ruined.
Dude, yellow's good. I don't think there's a bad
that's
Starburst flavor.
There's no bad part about gambling.
That's a good point. You also do get to gamble with it. It's a good point.
The youngest form of gambling a kid can do is
Something about
ripping open that
unwrapping a double pink just hits
Well, that's
right.
and I was
Just
saying
lights you
like
up.
too, like you
It's like
can
hitting green on the freaking roulette table, ladies and gentlemen.
It is.
you can unwrap them one at a time, and it's like you unwrap the first one, and it's like an okay flavor. You eat it, and you're like, damn, I hope this next one's a pink. You open it, it's a pink, and it's magic.
It's candy scratch off. It really
is magic.
Great pick.
That's a solid pick. I like
Great
that
pick.
pick a lot.
Good value.
You know, I'm gonna go ahead. Give me Skittles, and I'm talking about the little pack that you always get on Halloween.
Yeah.
The little
Always
pastel
work
ones
those.
you get on Easter, same thing.
Ooh,
Yes, I just murk those.
Yes,
And, like,
absolutely.
as
Hey.
a kid, that was the first thing I'd be digging in the thing for, bro.
Hey,
all of the
This is a little off topic here, kind of sort of. It's about candy, but not a candy that's like a Halloween candy. Have any of you guys tried the freeze-dried Skittles or like any of the freeze-dried candy? Dude,
No, I haven't. It's
really so good. It's so good.
I don't know.
If you get the lemon heads, if like they're literally just clean, like it's like a potato chip candy. It's so good.
It's like air almost. It's like it's
You
just the most solid crunch,
million.
and then it's just sweet.
I don't think I want crunch out of a candy though. I don't know. I have to try it before I get.
You have to try it, yeah.
I've tried.
With my second pick, go ahead and give me the Twix bar. Left Twix, right Twix. You know, everyone has their preference.
Which
Right
side
Twix.
are you guys on?
Right Twix.
Right
See,
Twix.
I'm left Twix, dude.
Wrong man right there.
I don't know, man.
Hey, but that's the great part of it, you know. 2 is to share, you know. If you have your homie and he's a left Twix man, you can have
True.
it.
Share the love. What you got, Jordan?
Got it.
Great pick, by the way. Great pick. Phenomenal turn there.
I'm gonna go with one that I kind of like only see around Halloween. I don't know when else this will really have its opportunity to get a shout out. But the Twizzlers, and not any of them, specifically those ones that are like round and like peel apart, they don't taste anything are the consistency.
Okay. The peel
like
parts, yes, I'll give you the peel parts for sure.
the only time I've ever seen those is around Halloween, and like if they just sold those, the company would be 5 times more successful. I feel like.
You're lucky you're right about that. Those are fire. They're like sweeter too. You ever realize that?
Yes. They're like a cherry flavor. Twizzlers like its own flavor, and then the other ones are like an actual just like fake cherry flavor.
Yeah, I like that pick. It's a good pick.
It's a good pick.
Specifically the peel parts. I'm gonna kind of keep the theme going, a little fun size stuff. I like the Milky Ways. I really do. It's kind of like a little brother to Snickers. It is, but the caramel in it, it's something about it. Something
You know,
about
the Milky Way is so good though.
and it's look, it's not a flashy player. It's not your point guard. It may be the sixth man, and you eat all these other candies. You save it for the last
Don't
bag
give you
because
10, 5,
because the
and 5 every
presentation's not there.
game.
Yes, the presentation's not there, right? I think Milky Way just has a bad PR team. I really do, because you save it for last, you eat all these other ones first, and then you go, oh well, I'm left with Milky Ways, and then you start eating them, and you go, I could have ate these second or third in the rotation. These are really
Easy.
good. Yeah, really, really, really good value you're gonna get from Milky Way there. Same thing. I'm gonna stay on brand here, man. Give me a Kit Kat. Give me the little pack of Kit Kats, bro. Give me a little pack of Kit Kats.
Recently, I've seen they started doing vampires for Halloween. They're like, even the 2-packs, it's just like a little mini vampire.
Even better. Good branding there. Love it. Love
That's a good pick there. It's a value
Thank you.
pick right there.
I couldn't let them go another round.
I'm kind of torn here. I got another one kind of like, it's kind of more common to find, not around Halloween. It used to be kind of Halloween exclusive. All-time pick here. Give me the caramel apple suckers. It's just an apple sucker
my God,
covered
how did
in
that
caramel.
fall this far? Oh, dude, that's the steal of the draft right there. Wow. Great pick, Jordan.
Gather my notes after that one. That one just disgruntled me so much. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know how that fell
All right,
so
Cade,
bad.
last
Wow,
two
that's
picks.
a great pick.
Hold on. Oh my!
Yeah,
Jordan,
you just blew this draft wide open.
The draft right there.
You just blew this thing
pick.
wide open. Unreal pick. Well done. Fell down our draft boards. That was like Tom Brady going in the 6th round right there. That was unreal. Give it to us, Doc.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to you, honestly, a very slept-on candy bar. And this can go from the very small form of it to the biggest form of it. It's all slept on. Give me 3 Musketeers.
Oh, was on the board. Had it. Great pick.
Triple
Very slept
threat.
on.
He's a bad man to be around.
Yes.
Hard
yes,
man to guard.
Yes.
I'm not as
he's
big
gonna
of a
pair
chocolate
well-
guy.
Huh?
I'm not as huge on chocolate. I kind of, if you couldn't tell by my list, I like one chocolate candy basically, and then everything
That's why we have the
else.
Skittles. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The Skittles gives us the fruitiness, the flashiness that we need. He's our star player there.
The Skittles are still in the live. The 3 Musketeers, the center dunking it quietly. You know what I mean? The Skittles is your Chris Paul.
You're telling me that the dual threat Twix is not fucking playing the best defense you've ever seen and the best offense?
The Skittles is your Chris Paul. The 3 Musketeers is your DeAndre Jordan. Never was a star of the big 3, but was always dunking it. And guess what? He's still playing. You're still gonna find him. He started a game last week. Shout out
DeAndre Jordan.
We have the king size.
I think I may really unrelated, but I may get a DeAndre Jordan jersey just because it makes my 12-year-old heart so happy to see him in New Orleans. I freaking love that guy.
I was thinking about it solely because his last name is my first name spelled the same way. And so if I got the jersey, it would just have my name on it. Same reason I own a Cam Jordan
played
jersey.
Really well for us.
Yes.
Shout out DJ.
1 year, $3.6 million contract. I think it's going to be a fun year. He looks in the face and he doesn't.
Looks in good shape.
He looks like he's fully retired though. Like he looks like he's given up and become started to learn how to use a Traeger smoker. And then he just got a call from the Pelicans and they were like, "Hey, you want to come play ball? Give you some money." And he's like, "I'm down."
Yeah, I ain't doing nothing else.
Cade, where are you going with your last pick?
With my final pick here, honestly, one of the childhood favorites because who didn't love fucking faking snorting these things or smoking these things? Give me Smarties.
Oh, I thought, okay. You're going something in a tube there, but I like it. I like the pick.
Give me Smarties.
Little dual threat. I like it.
It's a good one, bro.
But I think we're thinking about the same pick.
We've got to be.
I'll give it to you. I already shook things up with the first big one. Dude, give me the little boxes of nerds, man.
I like that. That's actually such a good
I was
pick.
honestly debating whether or not I should go with that or the nerds clusters, and I gotta go with what I ate as a kid in Halloween, my best Halloween experience.
That's a good one.
The nerds clusters have definitely taken over as my go-to within that candy category.
So
but man, the little box of nerds, especially when it got to the point where it was the weird Halloween punch flavor where it didn't matter It didn't even matter. There was no bad flavor of the bunch. It was great.
Great pick. Look, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of picks I could take here, but if you look at my theme, here, I've got the M&M's, Snickers, Milky Ways, and Kit Kats. My draft. My mom always said that my draft was like a box of chocolates, so I'm gonna stick with the chocolate theme. If you guys catch on to my drift, just a classic. Give me the OG. Just give me the little Hershey bars. You know, nothing flashy, but it's a staple. It deserves the respect of getting drafted here. Round out my box of chocolates. Give me the Hershey's. Got to do it, and I'm so glad nobody caught on to what I was doing there.
Dude, not an idea.
Shout out to that. That's awesome. I do want to.
I have
boys,
some honorable mentions.
I do as well.
I just want to rattle a couple off. The pixie stick is what I thought you were going with. Dude, especially if you get to a house with a big ass.
Well,
pixie
what I was gonna
sticks,
say
that was
too,
always
like it's a
gold
win-win
straw
because
for
you get to a house that has the big pixie sticks, or like there's no one that truly thinks one of those tiny pixie sticks is enough to like give a kid. So they're like they're handing you a small handful. Like you're getting enough to build a small little house out of.
100%.
So I mean, like no matter what, you're basically getting a big one's worth.
Pretty much. The Laffy Taffy, the Laffy Taffies, bro, like a banana Laffy Taffy.
Give me Tootsie
Banana?
Rolls every time.
Tootsie Rolls, good pick.
Tootsie Rolls are so gas, especially you get the long, thick ones. Pause. You get the long, thick ones, bro. Whoever was giving those out, God bless y'all.
Oh, dude, what about the flavored Tootsie Rolls? The blue one that was the vanilla Tootsie Roll?
Dude, I did not like that one.
All the other Tootsie
But no,
Rolls.
dude, the lime one. Oh my! I could eat pounds of like. You could just give me a box.
Laffy Taffies, bro.
I just mentioned the Laffy Taffies, yeah.
Oh my god,
dude! I got the little mini Airheads.
Put them in the fridge, dude. Also, all these candies, put them in the fridge. Go ahead and do your favorite. Put all this in the fridge. It's so much better cold. Fun dip.
Yourself an even more favorite. If you're gonna eat chocolate, just go get the ice cream version of it. You're welcome.
Hey, Bo. Shout out to
look, dude. There's something about the white stick and the Fun Dip. By itself, it could be its own candy. I don't know what it was about it, but like, you just mix it up. It's so good. It's so good.
I think it was just like pressed powdered sugar.
Ring pops, dude. Ring pops.
Ring
Dots. And lastly, my last one.
Ring pop.
Do you guys remember the Lifesaver gummies? They come in one pack. And
dude, the big ones.
One wrap, and it's the sour ones. Dude, I love those. I love those.
I wanted to put that on my list, but I thought it was too niche. I thought it was too niche. Dude, like the dark reddish purple one.
Oh, yes. The green one. Dude, turn me up.
Scooby Snack and Gushers is up there.
Yes, indeed. Dude,
I got Dots and Milk Duds. Both come in a yellow box. Both bangers. Like, it doesn't matter. You just reach for a yellow box. There's no way for disappointment.
Yep.
Give me chips as well. There's always some person giving out just chips, bags of chips. I love that, honestly.
Dude, the popcorn balls.
Are underappreciated, really. We really let Dots slide by unappreciated. Dude, Dots are fire, bro.
The little popcorn balls were always my favorite. I'd always get my mom to bring me to Walmart like the day after Halloween, and I'd just get like 3 or 4 of like the big ass bags of the popcorn balls to take home, and she'd put them in my lunch for weeks. It was great.
I do love the popcorn balls,
dude. And then I got the little mini Airheads. It was like I remember we'd always just shake them out.
Yes.
And final one here. Shout out to the golf course, Bo. You'll know what I'm talking about. Give me some Swedish Fish.
Oh, shout out Swedish
all time.
Fish.
But is there any big news that's happened since the last podcast that we have to talk about?
I believe we mentioned something, and I want to credit this to this show in general. We listed off a lot of expensive things last week, and there was a certain decision made that spent this number that we talked about last week in the best way possible.
It was our last pick.
Too.
We told him 14 other ways better to spend this money.
Ryan Kelly has finally left. LSU.
And this brings me back. So
baby.
I learned today, off the record, I'm not going to say, what company it is, nothing like that. But I found out my boss contributed multiple millions to that buyout. He's a fucking legend. Shout out to him, the fucking GOAT.
Forever in the suite.
Forever sweet for the owner of the company I work for. He's the freaking man. He's the GOAT. Shout out to you for that.
Brian Kelly hit the
old. A rich man using his money well.
Ain't gonna be
Since it's
seeing him in
Sunday,
Baton
everybody
Rouge on
shut up.
Saturdays no more. Let's freaking go.
I did see that he went to Superior Grill immediately after the next day. And I just know that man said large queso without even thinking about it. He had 50 million reasons to get a large queso after that. But yeah, it sucks that we didn't get this on the day after because of what's happened in the following days. Very missed to talk about it. Jeff Landry, what the fuck are you doing? I'm sorry, I'm gonna get angry right here.
Scott Woodward gone.
I'm gonna be really, really, really angry about this because not only Scott Woodward brought in Kim Mulkey, brought in Jay Johnson, hired a new gymnastics coach, hired a new track and field coach. That's 7 championships between the 3 of them, the 4 of them. 7 championships. Arguably 4 of the best hires we've ever had right here, right? And then they want to throw Jimbo Fisher's buyout on him, which wasn't negotiated by him. You know why Jimbo Fisher got that buyout? Because this is what happened. Scott Woodward hired Jimbo Fisher at A&M, left and became LSU's athletic director, and they were worried that LSU was going to hire Jimbo Fisher. So they paid him that money with that buyout in it, so LSU didn't take him. Scott Woodward had nothing to do with that. Brian Kelly was his only miss he's ever had, except for maybe Matt McMahon, but he's not really working with a whole lot because we're still in purgatory for the basketball scene. But it's just, and look, I'm going to be completely fair. At the time they hired Brian Kelly, that was the correct hire. No matter what happened in the last 4 years, at the time, with the coaching pool and who was there, that was absolutely the correct hire. You cannot tell me another coach that was available at that time that
I remember
could have
being
been hired that
excited.
should have been. Do what?
I remember being excited when we hired him. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I did too. And as much as I hate the guy, like I can't sit there and just lie about how things were. We'd love to forget it, but and for Jeff Landry to step in and basically force LSU's hand, it was basically his hand, announcing that he was going to fire him publicly and just out him like that and ruin his public reputation. Like I don't know where he can go from this. And then we already don't have a president. Now we don't have an athletic director. Now our governor's trying to force his hand. What coach wants to come here now? You just made the best job in college sports unappeasable to the whole entire population. It's a damn disservice.
Do
Damn
it.
disservice. Sorry, that's my 2 cents on
I'll
it.
do it. Shit, any coach at Boat, I'm just gonna say it like this. Look, if you need some money and you're a coach, go to LSU, baby.
Yeah.
Look, I hear what you're saying, Bo, and out of the pool, he probably was the best qualified coach. But even when we signed him then, I literally said we will never win a championship with him because he doesn't know how to win a big game. And he's just proven it over and over and over throughout these years that I've seen it. With
he has,
this team costs $20 million, $23 million, I'm pretty sure. This team costs an NIL money. $23 million team. That is almost an NFL team. Come on, let's think about this. That's actually ridiculous for a college team. You were getting paid $50 million and you can't perform. For 5 years, you had this. You had this amount of talent, this amount of money, the top equipment in the country. If you ever get curious about what football should look like, go look at the locker room of LSU. It looks incredible in there. It is beautiful. He had everything ever needed, and he couldn't even get close. Not even a potential team at it.
Well, look. Hindsight's a beautiful thing to be able to say that he was never going to win. I get it, and I really do think that coming from their standpoint, they hired him. He took Notre Dame to the championship against Alabama. So with who are we to think that with our resources he couldn't at least get there? Now, I mean, we obviously know that he couldn't, but his big flaw was hiring. He couldn't hire right. I think that's really what it boils down to is the fact that he never. I mean, he wasted an offense that had 3 first-rounders, perennial NFL stars, Jay Daniels, Brian Lee Neighbors, because he couldn't hire a defensive coordinator. And we finally get the right defensive coordinator in the building, and our offensive coordinator is the problem. And I don't know if that's a combination of he can't hire right or the fact that he just throws blame. And it's really hard to tell now. Now that he's out the door, it's hard to tell what the real problem was. I still would like to lean on the side of it's a coordinator thing. He never got the right hire in there, but I will say that is going to make a tremendous difference in the next coaching search. I guarantee you the number one question they ask is, who are you bringing? They're going to want to know who the staff that's coming on board. It's no longer, okay, who are you? What are you bringing to the table? It's who are you bringing to the table? That'll be the number one question that's brought in. And I will readdress this when I go over my candidates. I think that's going to play a big part. And I think I have my guy narrowed down, but that's all I want to
Are we doing the thing for the candidates, Bo?
Yeah, I would like to talk about it.
No, I meant like the thing we talked about on the phone,
Elaborate.
the mini segment.
Like the news report.
Yep.
Since it's all three of us here, I think we can just talk about it.
All right, we can. Do you want to go straight into it?
Yeah, I'd like to. Who do you guys want?
Me and Kay were talking about it. I have a couple names written down, not in any specific order, but just people that wouldn't piss me off to see if the notification that we signed them as the head coach of the LSU Tigers came across our screen. And I'll go over mine if you want. Maybe at the end, add any to it. Tell me what you think. We can go over each one as we talk about them. I think there's a very obvious one here. A guy you have to make say no before you even try and talk to another human. Nick Saban. I don't think that there's a world that it doesn't make sense to not have Nick Saban here if he's willing to be the coach of this team. For even if it means that like we're gonna suck for a couple years after, I don't care because it means natty.
Can I
Like-
say this?
It also
I
would
don't
be. I will
think he
say,
will come
I'm
back to LSU because if he left Alabama, why would he come to LSU? I think he is done coaching.
Well, there's
He was a
reasons for that.
god in Alabama.
He has been very vocal about the fact that his biggest regret was leaving LSU, and maybe there's a part of him that wants to atone those, and maybe he comes back to LSU and kind of tries to mend things and make all right in the world. And it would be really crazy that like we could claim him over Alabama if he wins a natty here as he goes out on top. That would be hilarious. That'd be so
It would
funny
be
to hang
funny.
over. It'd be very funny.
The funnier
Would be
thing
very
than that
funny.
would be us going into Tuscaloosa with a Nick Saban-led LSU team and winning
To play on Nick Saban field
on Nick Saban Field at Bryant Denny Stadium. Like,
would be fun.
so every other sport or organization, like team or like university, whatever, they have the wait 5 years rule, and it's for this exact reason. So if a year and a half, two after somebody's retired, they don't decide to say like, oh, let's pick it up. Like, imagine if the Patriots would have put a Gronk statue in New England and he wins that Super Bowl in Tampa. Like, it doesn't feel the same. Not to say that he won't get a statue there, but like, it would definitely be funny to watch somebody win a Super Bowl with a statue in another stadium.
I just here's my only thing about that is you kind of a great coach, right? The best.
No,
the best
not
out there.
taking that away.
Undisputable. No. I think look, it's a lot different game. I'm not saying at all that he would not be great. Of course, he's the greatest. I think he would continue to be the greatest. But there's a chance he ruins his. There's a chance he ruins his reputation like Bill Belichick. Now, Bill Belichick's jumping into a different ball game. Nick Saban at least still knows the ropes. I think Belichick was way out of his league trying to jump into all of this, right?
That and he went to a
But
non-football school.
it was always a thing. Yes, true. But it was always a thing with like Saban doesn't like the era of players like kind of dictating their own, not
They were
dictating their own
paying
future,
players.
but do what?
They were paying players. Saban can act like he
Yes,
didn't
absolutely.
know.
But they weren't. The players were buying into a system. There's no more systems in college football.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
maybe they were paying them to get them there, but when they got there, that's why you could put your backup in the national championship game and Tua wins you a national championship. You could have a running back room that was T.J. Yeldon, Trent Richardson, Mark Ingram. Like you had these running backs. You don't have that anymore. Your first strings go down. It's a lot harder to win like that. It's a whole different system, and I don't really know if he wants to get back involved with that. And honestly, you're kind of putting your program in jeopardy for after, because the last person any coach wants to replace is Nick Saban. Much less, it's already proven this week to be it might be a nightmare to take the LSU job. It really might be. Like we need to be comfortable with saying that this might be a nightmare job for a lot of coaches. It might not be, and then you just pile on following Nick Saban after that. It's not going to be a very appeasable situation to come into after that. That's my worry.
Yeah.
I don't want a 5-year head coach. I really don't.
I understand that.
That's my thing.
This
That's
is another
what
guy.
I'm saying.
This
No,
one might
I'm not
be.
saying I would. I just want to wrap this up with this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to cut you off, but
Yeah,
I would be happy if that was a thing. I would not be upset.
Yes.
And this sounds like I would not be upset. Anyways.
That's where I'm at. Like, I'm not even like, it's not even like he's my number one. He's just that guy where like, I don't know. If I got the notification that he was our head coach,
I'd say no.
yes, you have
I
to.
do agree with you in that fact. 100%. You have to make him say no.
And then there's a guy, he started becoming a little bit more social media relevant here recently. I think he'd be an amazing college coach, never really had any experience. Super Bowl winning NFL head coach. Give me John Gruden. I think I think in the current era, like Bo's saying, it's not a game of systems. It's a game of who you have there versus who you don't, what scheme you can cook up on a week to week basis. And watching Gruden open these boxes and doing the things that he's doing on the internet, like thinking that he wouldn't be one of the best motivators these kids have ever played for is an
Hell of a
insane.
speech.
Yeah, like
Hell
I
of a
mean,
speech yesterday to get a whole group to be able to rally around Luke Quan.
Oh
That's
my
unreal. Great
God.
speech.
I want to talk about that this podcast. So we're
You
going to move
watched
on
it?
from
You
that.
watched it?
wait, wait,
I
wait,
wanna-
wait, 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 wait.
After
Can
we said
we?
about that, let's save it for down the line.
Well,
I do want to do a
also,
whole segment on
I
them.
haven't gotten a chance to watch it yet. I've been fairly busy, so like
Oh,
I want to watch it. I will
you gotta watch
will
it, bro.
mute my head.
Mister, I
I'll
had no work today.
Wait. You have you watched episode 1?
no, I haven't watched. I'm like an hour into episode 1.
Oh,
I've gotten some social media spoilers. I just don't want to be completely spoiled.
dude, it's the best piece of content ever put.
I knew it would be like, and
It's beautiful.
I'm getting to play Paynes Valley this summer with some friends, and like couldn't be more excited.
It does a great job. They do a really good job.
All right, back to head coaches. So Gruden, you guys agree? Like, if you saw Gruden comes across your screen as head coach of the LSU Tigers, like, what's the first thing that goes through your brain? Positive, negative, what?
My first thing I'd want to ask is who told you now? Because he's pretty down the list for me. I'm gonna be really honest.
Yeah, I don't think he's number one. This is just kind of the names as I thought of them.
My thing is that we can't afford to swing and miss. There's some swing and miss with John Gruden. There's
Yes.
a lot of questions to be answered. That's my only thing. You cannot afford to swing and miss. And look, he's not a bad option if you get down the line too far. But college football is a whole different fucking beast, bro.
Yeah.
Whole different beast.
Dan Lanning.
I'm gonna talk about Dan Lanning. I want to elaborate on that.
I'm gonna be honest. Bo can talk about the actual coaching part. I'll leave that up to him. But my first thought I heard was like, he's so used to the sick uniforms with Oregon that like, imagine if he were to bring some of that like new era Nike to LSU and like we actually get to, like, because every time we pull out a special edition uniform, it's insane. It's so cool. And imagine if LSU like 2-3 times a year was just pulling out like full Bengal striped, like just some of the most ridiculous combinations of purple and gold you've ever seen.
So is he the Nike guy, or is it not just Oregon?
It's just
Oregon
Oregon.
itself.
Well, it is Oregon, but it's also the fact that like all the LSU head coaches and stuff are like LSU, the uniforms are tradition, this and that, and like I don't know, like I feel like being at Oregon, like he's used to that, but LSU sits within like the top 8 Nike schools in the nation for sure. We're like the number 1 or 2 baseball school for him for sure.
But my thing about that is though, I'm very unpopular opinionated when it comes to this. LSU is a historical brand, like Alabama, like the Yankees, like the Red Sox. Like you just don't. I'm sorry, but you just don't change that up. Michigan, you don't
We
change
do,
that up. We
though.
have an iconic brand. Look, we did. We kind of have gotten teeter-totter in the past 5 years, and we turned into having 4 alternate uniforms and rushing the field when we beat Ole Miss. We're Missouri. All we're doing is turn ourselves into Missouri. And
Dude,
look,
the
if
last time we wore
to LSU, you have an iconic brand. You don't stray from.
the coolest uniforms that we wore last.
The white and yellow. I grew up hating the white and yellow. I won't say that, but as I've gotten older, I understand the importance of a brand.
The coolest uniforms we've worn in the last like decade were the Silent Night uniforms, which were worn in the best season that we played in our lifetime. The ones with the color shift helmets.
I would argue that the Nike Pro Combat, when they first came out in 2011, that we wore against Oregon, all whites.
I love that color shift with the huge numbers, like top to
The
bottom
all
numbers.
whites are the best jerseys we
all
have.
whites are clean.
I'm starting to love
anyways,
the all whites.
My thing on Dan Lanning is I'm skipping the phone call to Saban. I'm skipping the phone call to Kiffin. I'm skipping all of them. I'm calling Dan Lanning first. He is the only coach that I would offer a 10-year, $100+ million deal, and I would give it to him. I would 100% give it to him because he's 39 years old. He is coached under Saban. He was a GA for Saban. He was 3 years as Kirby Smart's defensive coordinator on those national championship runs. He's proven he is an absolute maniac. And he fits what LSU wants to be so much. This man, they were beating Michigan last season with 2 minutes left to go in the big house, and he calls a timeout and pulls his team together and tells them to look at the crowd and look at the fans leaving the stadium because that's what they trained all week for. If that's not somebody you want
When he
coaching
got
a
him to
football
dance
team,
in
this
Wisconsin,
life is not for you. Yes, he wanted them dancing to jump around and make it their thing. If you don't want that coach in your football team, this whole sport is not for you. He's a player's coach. He's young. He's energetic. He's a competitor. He's a hard worker. He's an accountability guy. He's gritty. He's everything I want. I think Dan Lanning. And look, I don't think it's feasible. I really don't. I don't know. There's only one world I can see in which Dan Lanning leaves Oregon, and that is the fact that Cursing Daddy just signed a 8-year extension. Indiana may be a powerhouse coming up in the next couple of years in the Big Ten. Michigan's got Bryce Underwood. They could be contenders in the next couple of years. Ohio State's not going anywhere unless Ryan Day leaves for the NFL. The Big Ten, honestly, is way heavier at the top than the SEC. If A&M is your best team in the SEC, it's kind of wide open. And I don't mean to cut A&M because they are a great football team. They're going to have a great year. They're going to be in the playoffs, and they're probably going to make it pretty deep in the playoffs. But if comparatively, when you're just looking at stacking Georgia, Alabama, Auburn, the list of teams is on and on. That Texas A&M is on the top of all these guys. It's wide open. You can turn this ship around in a year and have LSU at the top of the SEC. And he could be a legend here. He could coach here 25 years easily and have a statue and be the next great. Because with Saban leaving so early, what coach legend do we have? Not saying, I mean, Miles was great,
Kirby
but is
Smart.
Miles your statue guy?
I don't think so.
You know,
I mean, we
Saban was supposed
vacated
to
a
be
lot of
that
his
guy
wins,
for me.
didn't we?
I don't think so. I'm not sure on that.
For his
But
record, not ours.
yeah, so Saban was supposed to be your statue guy. We don't have a statue guy. Like, come be the statue guy. Come be that guy.
I see that. I got
That's the only guy I'm giving big money to, and he's worth every bit.
I have one and only one.
Yep.
A head coach, fuck the play calling, fuck all that shit. A head coach is a man. He's a man that excites the team, that huddles the team together, that gets them all together, that shows them what they need to do and how they need to do it. A man that can hype a group of 42 young men up, because these are not NFL players yet. These are young men who can be inspired by another man. These men can be coached, and that is why I would like to present myself for this $50 million contract. LSU, please, for the love of God, let me do it, because I think I could do it better than Brian Kelly, and I need the money. So hit me up. On God.
I would also take that job.
I
have a lot of
one
Super
more.
Bowls in Madden, so
There's
hit me
one
up.
name I think we can just mention it, agree real quick, and then move on to my final name that I have on my list. Lane Kiffin. I think we'd all love him at LSU.
Lane Kiffin
think-
would be kind of fire.
Yeah, I mean, every school he goes to, the fan base loves him. It's for a reason. He's a fun guy.
That is true.
And then with my final, like, I wouldn't be mad. Mike McDaniel. He's not doing very well on the Dolphins.
Somebody looked at.
Just his ability to scheme and create chaos and just have fun. Like, I don't know. If we are going to swing and miss, I'd at least have it look different than us just running through a hole that isn't there over and over until our coach gets fired after 3.5 years.
I would love Mike McDaniel just to come be the offensive coordinator, because it'd be hard to get fired as head coach and take an immediate big head coach job. Whoever hires, if they brought in Mike McDaniel as offensive coordinator, that would be so much fun. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, that'd be electric.
Would he go from NFL head
LSU's
coach?
wide receiver room? Giving him LSU's wide receiver room would be greatness. It just would.
Would he go from NFL head coach to college assistant, though?
Yeah, that's all he's. What other offers is he going to get?
Fair.
Would you rather be the head coach of Virginia Tech or the offensive coordinator from LSU? What's easier to get another big coaching job from?
Yeah.
What's easier? You get
I
less
get what you're
responsibility and you look better. Why would he not?
I get what you mean.
But I got to think. So like I said, Dan Lanning, number one, hands down. I do, before I give my coach, I want to give a huge shout to Kurt Cignetti from Indiana. I tweeted this a month ago that I thought he was going to get a big SEC job before I realized ours was going to open up. I thought he would be Florida or Auburn's coach next year, and I said I was going to be very upset to have to root against him. Now that our job's open, I'm a little happy for him and sad that we're not going to be in the running for him. But I, I will say, boys, I ordered an Indiana hat this week. If our season's dead, I will be rooting on Kurt Cignetti in Indiana as long as he's there because I've grown to be such a Kurt Cignetti fan. Coach Sig, he's the man. I just want to shout him out because I would love for him to be in these talks. But he shouldn't be. And honestly, I respect the hell out of building something your own and staying with it. That fires me up. So if Dan Lanning is not feasible, right now, currently, my number one guy that I want is Eli Drinkowitz from Missouri. Coach Drink fits SEC football so much. He's done a great job. Missouri's been
They
in the
have kind
gutter.
of slowly
And
been. They've been
he
falling
took,
upwards in a way.
yeah, and while I was at Southern Miss playing we were watching Sunbelt games. He was at App State winning the Sunbelt Championship. We watched that team go on. Coach Joey Aguilar is now throwing dimes at Tennessee. His coaching tree is great. That's where we have Blake Baker from. And if he were to come over, we would keep Blake Baker on the staff. It'd be I think that's the only way we'd be able to keep Blake Baker because Blake Baker is a phenomenal defensive coordinator.
Yes.
I know he gave a lot of points A&M. He gave a lot of points over. Those are great offenses. And he contained them until the game got out of hand to where his offense couldn't keep up.
That and when you're
Baker,
playing 2.5 times as many snaps as the offense, it's hard to not let them score a shitload of points.
And you're missing your best linebacker. Yeah, I don't know what else he's supposed to do. But Eli Drinkowitz, it just makes way too much sense. His coaching tree is great. You go look at the coaches that have coached under him, where they've went. I should have wrote down the list because it's phenomenal. He's a player's guy. The locker room loves him. He's great in the media. He's going to fit in. He's going to embrace the school. He's a Southerner. There's no real flaws you can pick with Eli Drinkowitz. And also, this doesn't really matter for the search, but does Coach Drink not sound like he belongs at LSU? Does LSU not sound like they need a coach that's name is Coach Drink? Come on. Coach Drink. Dude, it would fit so well. He's my number 2 call. If I'm LSU, as soon as Dan Lanning tells me no, Drinkowitz, what's your number? What's your number? We have it for you. Get on the fucking plane. Come in right now. He's the same age as Kiffin. So we'll throw that out there. He seems a lot older. I think Kiffin's my 3rd call.
Do Kiffin's kids talk him into going to LSU is the real question.
Whitweek's Pecker might. It's got some pull to it. Pause. Look, I don't like Lane Kiffin right now for one reason, that he's not my coach. If he was my coach, I would shout Lane Kiffin is the man from the mountaintops. I think he's a great coach. He's not very stable, though. I do want to throw that out there. He's not the perfect end all be all. I think he would be fun. I think he'd get us to some playoffs. I think he'd do great. He'd recruit well. But I just mean, the USC job didn't go over well for him. The Tennessee job didn't go over well for him. Really, Ole Miss is the only place he's been able to string together a lot of good seasons. So, looking at his resume, you really only can speak positively over the last couple of years about him, which that does weigh a lot. I do agree. He's older, got more experience, but I don't think he should be your first ever call. But now,
I understand
3 people
that as
turn
well.
you down. 3 people turn you down. Lane Kiffin's says yes, you absolutely get him on a fucking plane and you get him in now.
Yep.
And I also think that's somebody that your fan base would embrace.
I agree. I think he would. I think it's also the fact, something that we haven't mentioned, like you don't need a coach that fits the mold perfectly. You just need someone who's willing to try and conform to the mold. And it doesn't have to be immediately. You don't have to show up and immediately act like you know everything about the state of Louisiana. But if you just show up and you're like, look, I understand that you guys are different. I understand that you guys have something special going on down here. And if you allow me to be part of that something special, it will become special to you as well. And that's all anyone's asking. That's all I have for the coach.
I got one way down the line that I don't really love. I'm trying to do more research, come around to him. Jeff Brom from Louisville.
Hell no.
Jeff Brom from Louisville.
Fuck no.
What? The guy wins.
He
Look
wins.
him up. The guy wins.
But he wins. He wins. He does. But he would not fit at all.
What? Tell me why.
Respect, bro. I feel like he doesn't get the respect. And if you're gonna,
he's got Louisville ranked. Look, you're gonna see Louisville's a good team last year, competitive in the ACC with Tyler Shough. You're gonna see what that motherfucker looks like in the next couple weeks, and you're gonna realize they must have had a good.
Don't get me started. I want to take a break after this segment.
I agree. I don't want to talk about that motherfucker anymore. But you're gonna see. Hey, that's a defense. Look, he coaches defense. They picked off Carson Beck multiple times. They had multiple
But what
turnovers
is the
against Miami
problem?
in
What is
Miami Stadium.
what is the
He
problem?
is a gritty coach, and look, he's not like a great option, but down the line, enough people tell you no because Jeff Landry's bitch ass is too involved in there. And Jeff Brom will take it. You're gonna have to hire Jeff Brom. You're gonna have to like it. But I'm just saying, if
defense though,
we have some, I mean,
we have phenomenal defense. We
Yeah,
we
but
need
we
we,
won,
Or
we
would
won a lot
you-
of games playing
Would
defense
you
back
be
in the day.
mad if our defense got better?
yes, because our offense stayed the same.
Hire somebody. Hire OC. You be the defense guy. Hire Mike McDaniel to run your offense and blame his ass every time. You come in and say, hey, I want to play tough defense. I want to hold SEC teams to under 25 points a game. And if we can't score enough points to beat them, holding them to 24 a game, we don't deserve to win the football game. I'm going to bring in somebody who I think will.
The only team we
I'm game
didn't
for
do
that.
that to was A&M. We're already doing that.
We
The
didn't do it
problem
against
is our
Vanderbilt.
offense.
We didn't
It's
do it
always
against
our-
Ole Miss. All three of our losses, if we would have scored more than 24 points, we had a better record. We'd have a one loss. One loss, we scored more than 24 points a game.
Yep.
All I'm saying is we didn't have the best defense in the league back in 2019. We had the best offense.
We had the
what about
best
20
offense in the history of college football.
What about 2007? What about 2011 when we made the BCS championship and we ran 80% of our plays out of the I formation? When Kenny Hilliard and Alfred Blue were our best two players, getting us down the fucking field. Jordan Jefferson. All due respect, I love those two guys. I love legends. But Kenny Hilliard
was
and
before
Alfred
his
Blue
fucking
could not
time,
carry a
ladies and
team
gentlemen.
today.
No,
Could
no, no.
not carry a team.
I'm not gonna take the Alfred Blue
It wasn't
respect.
disrespect. All right. It wasn't a jab. I love, dude. Nothing more I love than him
Let
running
me-
it for 3 yards and the
I
whole
would love
stadium
to go
going
into a story
blue.
time.
I was there.
Yes.
I had season
That was
tickets. I
aura.
went to every one of those games, and I'm just saying, you can win many football games doing that. We did it. We won a game in Bryant Denny Stadium, 9-6, kicking fucking field goals.
And then we lost 21-0.
Intercepting AJ McCarry.
Everyone hates on Les Miles, but he won.
Until he didn't. He won when
Who the fuck
we
did?
played again.
Well, the game passed him up. The game's a lot different. Look, you can't do what he did now. That strategy of football just doesn't win games anymore. But I'm just saying, it's if it gets. I'm just saying we're gonna. There may be a time we get to February coach list. There
Hey,
may
look.
be some tough conversations that this job is not that desirable
Did you
anymore.
see-
We're gonna need somebody to bring it back because Louisville's gonna be a desirable job.
Dude, if-
now when
if-
it
if we
becomes
just
open
need
because of him.
somebody-
so if he can bring us back to prominence.
If we just need somebody to come in, bring the program back, there's already a guy you call. And it's one that we intentionally haven't mentioned that's been getting talked about that shouldn't be. I mean,
You're right.
if you just need somebody for a year or two, you sign Coach O to a 2-year, $25 million deal. You're going to get all the attention of having him. All the players are going to love him. All the old players are going to come back, which the interim coach has already invited him back. And with Kelly not there, they're probably going to show up just as a screw you to Kelly. Like, I think this team does have a parachute. A lot of teams aren't going. If Florida State, whenever they end up firing their guy, like, there's a lot of teams that don't have a pull in case of emergency. We are lucky enough to have that. And so that's kind of where we can end this.
Phenomenal. Yes, I want to just piggyback that. That's phenomenal. Yes, if that is your only goal is to be relevant again and be good, that is 100% the reason you make that hire, not win football games. Great point, Jordan.
And
I
now
love wrapping
he's
up.
already
That's
said if
phenomenal.
they hire Lane Kiffin, he'll be an assistant under Lane Kiffin because that's
If you
the
bring
role
him
he's
on just to
already.
recruit, that's a great hire.
Now that
bring him on to recruit.
he can legally just he can walk around with pockets full of other people's money and just be great.
What do you want? You want a new sports car? You got a new sports car.
Real dice.
Welcome back. This segment
Welcome
is
back.
brought to you by yours and truly, Jordan. But this segment is honestly one of our favorites. Give us sweets and nosebleeds right here, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm gonna start us off with the nosebleeds, actually. The little shittier shits. Give me Brian Kelly. What an awful, awful,
See ya.
awful, awful,
See ya.
awful, awful time at LSU, honestly. At no chance did I have any faith in any team that we ever had under him. I really didn't. It felt like we were just a bomb that was ticking and then was going to explode at some point in the season. It was horrible. It felt like, you know, the cringe you get when your friend says some shit to a girl and it's just not it. That's just the feeling I got that ran down my back every time I saw him put on the TV while I was watching the LSU football game. But let's move past that. He's gone. Thank God. Jesus
Thank
Christ saved us there.
Thank you.
Give me all of the money. Not even a person. Give me the money that bought out Brian Kelly for my suites.
Just the $53.3 million
The
is in the suites.
$53.3 million. Yes, give me that in the suites.
I love it.
I'm a big hater of Brian Kelly. Never liked the man. Especially what he done at LSU. There was a player I didn't kind of like how he treated him and how he ended up. So, good for you that you're rich, but I'm glad that you're not on my team anymore.
I've seen some other people talk about this already, but it is kind of funny. Like, even some of the worst people, like a coach gets fired because of how bad of a person he is. And like, there's like at least one or two stories that comes out that is like, oh, he saw me in a grocery store struggling, so he paid for my groceries. And like, not one person has come to the defense of Brian Kelly. Like, nothing.
Like, he never seemed like a Louisiana. He never fit. It never, you know how you stick Legos together and then at the end it all looks together?
He was
that looks
trying
like
to
when
stick
you
Play-Doh into Legos.
No, it looks like when you mess up in the very beginning and you get to the very end and it looks womp-sided. And you have extra pieces and you're like, fuck.
Everything about it
Go somewhere.
everything about it says LSU, but it's not actually LSU.
Yeah, exactly. It was like a sag of LSU. It was horrible. But yeah, Bo, what you got?
Where would I go with this? All right, I'll go nosebleeds first. Give me just the state of Louisiana. One, because Jeff Landry is an idiot. I'm not going to go any further than that. But in the last 6 days, Louisiana sports teams have 5 losses by 20-plus points. Saturday, LSU, 24-point loss. Sunday, Saints, 20-point loss. Monday, Pelicans, 32-point loss. Wednesday, Pelicans, 34-point loss. Thursday, Tulane, 22-point loss. Unreal, fellas. What the fuck are we doing?
Hey, New Orleans Pelicans. The entire rest of the NBA is figured out that the NBA season started last Tuesday. Somehow we still haven't.
Yeah, dude, I go to the game. I get club seats. I am 20 minutes away. I'm on the longest fucking bridge over water known to man. 20 minutes from the stadium with no turnaround. Zion Williamson ruled out for the game. What are we doing? One game. I go to one game a year. Fucking playing it. Oh. Sorry.
I couldn't have said it any better. I couldn't have said it any better.
All right. Back to regularly scheduled program.
Who knew fucking Forrest Gump gave a shit, huh? Come on.
Not a smart man.
But he's not a dumb man.
I know what staying healthy is. Fuck, I'm discombobulated. All right, sweets, I guess. I don't even know. This is such a hate week, but
you can just put hate weeks in the sweets.
Honorable mention sweet. Give me Mama and Jenny. That's my honorable sweets. My real sweets. Not for the same reason, but my real sweets. I want to throw alcohol in my sweet. For one reason, right? For one specific reason.
For all the losses.
Once we've had in the last one, we've had a jewel heist. The mafia is back. We've had a sports gambling corruption ring. We've had a pandemic in the 2020s. We're living through the roaring. We're about to have a depression. We're in the 20s again. You know what one thing we're one thing away from being back in the roaring 20s? Prohibition. Alcohol has survived the roaring 20s. We're back, baby. Woo, turn me off, alcohol. Look at shout out alcohol for staying true to the gang for real. That's what I want to shout out alcohol for, because we're not making the same mistake. Look, shit's getting just as bad as it did 100 years ago, but we understand that we're going to need some booze for this. All right, and so
you are my bottle girl.
Very amped up about that.
Dude, that was the almost Halloween. I had like 2 other Halloween costumes that I almost wore.
The captain, that'd been awesome.
And yeah, I was gonna be the captain. I told Bo about the other one. I think I'm gonna keep the other one a secret because I'm gonna bring that one back. I think I'm gonna.
You just bring it back randomly and not mention it.
Yeah,
I almost did this one.
I'm Ricky Bobby.
If you don't chew Big Red, then you.
Yeah, it was really close. It was between this one and that one.
All right. So I actually my plan was to go with Louisiana Sports as my nosebleeds. So I'm just gonna give that one an honorable mention. I thought it was a joke when somebody said which team was gonna get to 2 wins first, the Saints or the Pelicans, and I was like, oh, easy, the Pelicans are gonna do it in a week. Like they know how to play the sport that they're professionally paid to do, and like nothing about the team has shown me that they know how to competently play basketball without Zion Williamson on the floor. And then even when Zion Williamson is on the floor, the only real like threat he is or has is like, oh no, is he gonna dunk it or is he gonna lay it up?
Ladies and gentlemen, what
so-
Jordan is trying to say here is
wait.
the Pelicans are the Colorado Rockies of the NBA right now.
Yeah,
it is
basically.
Horrible.
But yeah, I don't need to use my pick on this. Zion is still in the suites. I said he will remain there last episode. There is still absolutely zero reason to take him out of it. So he's still there chilling. The only part about the Pelicans that has given me any hope is a 19-year-old with one of the coolest jerseys in the history of the NBA. So
Zero fears is all time.
in my
Shout out to him.
suites-
Best 20-point game of his career. Shout out to him.
in my suites, I'm going to put Jeremiah Fierce. Like,
Oh, perfect. I jumped the gun. Awful.
He's one of the only things that makes watching Pelicans basketball fun right now. Him and DeAndre Jordan.
Very fair. No dread. DeAndre Jordan is honestly fire.
And I'm gonna go with since this is the Halloween
Overpaid,
episode
yeah.
and we're all in costume, I'm gonna go with a little Halloween pick here. So with my nosebleeds, give me anyone who gives out anything but candy.
Yeah, 100%.
You give out
Like
like if
apples?
you're a dentist that gives out toothbrushes, dude. This is how I
Hey, go
feel,
fuck yourself.
I'm Ricky Bobby.
dude.
If you don't chew Big Red, then you.
Oh, we're not giving out candy this year.
Shut up, bitch!
That's how we feel.
Here's some toothpaste, buddy.
I like that.
Brian Kelly's gone. That's all I hear when I hear that, bro. It's literally Brian Kelly's just flood this state.
Yeah. Man. I mean, Wemby. We'll get into NBA here, I guess. Now that we this kind of was our most prevalent topic in the suites and nosebleeds.
Wemby is an animal. Just
Wemby's-
bet the over.
But here,
Just bet the over.
it pisses me off though. Like it's genuinely like we're 6 games into the season, 5 games into the season. It pisses me off. Like nothing about the way that he plays basketball says like, oh, I'm good at basketball. It just says like, oh, I'm tall. Like, yeah, obviously it's cool at times, but like by the time I was done watching him, I was like, why is there a hack a Shaq rule in this game? Like I'd literally rather just watch somebody slap him on the other end of the court, get the possession over with without wasting the 20 seconds and him shoot 2 free throws. Some of the least skilled basketball.
So you didn't like watching Shaq?
I did, but Shaq was at least like physically dominant. Like Wembanyama can just jump over everyone.
It's physically dominant.
He's a beast.
Yeah, it's not in the same way though.
It is. In fact, it's more
I don't
physically
like it.
dominant.
It pisses
because
me
he
off.
didn't-
I'm allowed
Look,
to have
I
my opinion.
I understand that they don't dig down the Pelicans a couple nights ago. Actually,
I don't
2
care
nights
that
ago,
they
I
did. The
think.
Pelicans have gotten beat by every team they played. It's not
But-
just because of Spurs.
But let me tell you, Wemby, I was a Wemby hater as well. But he went through the Monk Ministry. He went through the Kevin Garnett factory. He went through the Hakeem Olajuwon. He has put in the work now, and I see it. Okay, he is not just this skinny 7'6" massive human. He has put on the muscle. He has put in the work. And honestly, what I see from him is just a 7'6" Russell Westbrook. And if you're mad at him, that's just because you're physically not fit. That's what I see.
no
He's
Russell
faster
Westbrook
than
comparison.
He's
No,
faster than
nothing
anyone his
close
size.
to Russell Westbrook.
He's stronger. He's bigger. He jumps higher. He's gonna dunk the ball on you regardless.
He doesn't have to jump high. He's 7'4". His each arm is like 6 foot long.
I do want to add one thing. Through their first 120 games, Victor Wembanyama has almost 100 more points than LeBron. He has almost 100 more blocks than Hakeem. He has 30 more threes made than Steph Curry, and he has 300 more rebounds than Karl
What
Malone.
was he, Bo?
Just gonna throw that out there.
7'4", somewhere around
Yeah,
there.
he's 7'4".
He's on.
That's insane. Okay, we're talking about the greatest basketball player ever potentially here.
Yeah.
All right.
Just shoot a jump shot. Do something more fun to watch than just.
He does. He just told you he made more 3-pointers than Steph Curry did in his first 100 games.
He made 0 versus the. I think he made 1 versus the Pelicans. The entire rest of the time he was just pook, 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 in the rim, just dunking it from right next to the rim. I was getting pissed off.
If you can dunk it and score 2 points every time, would you not?
Yeah, but like throw it between the legs, around the back. You're in the NBA. Do something cool. It's entertainment.
It's a game to win.
Yeah. But Zion's
see,
like,
we see, and that's why we're not winning, and that's why he's getting injured every fucking game because he's jumping 14 feet in the air, doing a 360 windmill and landing on his ankle. That's the size of a fucking peanut when he's the size of a damn cast iron pot that I cook damn gumbo in. All right, this man is the size of Mars.
Hey,
we act like he got littler. He is still 240.
I have a question.
He's still massive.
That's not about any specific team, but I had it just as a thought when I was watching, like just kind of like the first couple weeks of games. And we can kind of talk this out because I thought it was just a random thought. Might be something that's been talked about before, but just a thought that kind of went through my brain. What do you think would be more beneficial when actually building a team? Like, so you have, if they're 2 different units between your starting 5 and your bench, is it better to build your bench in a way that, let me finish, please. Like the players are almost similar to the starters in a way that somebody goes out, they're just interchangeable? Or is it better to almost build an entirely separate second unit to try and stretch the defense that much further?
The bench doesn't matter.
It definitely does. I think there are more than 5 players that play in a game.
Yeah, but is there 5 players that contribute more than just half-ass fuckery in a game?
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Then why was Jamal Crawford paid $1? If Jamal Crawford meant nothing to
he could break, probably because he had some of the best handles we've ever seen in a basketball.
He did it off the bench. He was never a starter. Bench means nothing.
Yeah. I mean, he had Chris Paul in front of him. That's one of the best point guards of all time.
Exactly. Like, the bench is definitely a part of the game in a way. Like, there wouldn't be substitutions if the bench didn't matter. So, I mean, I just kind of had a thought.
This is the thing. Did Jamal Crawford ever do anything? Did that bench ever help them win a championship? No, that's why the bench doesn't matter. Unless you have stars where, because a star is going to play 38 minutes of a game, 36 minutes of a game. That's the whole game. You act
48.
like the star is going out.
Not every star does too, though. I mean, like Luka Doncic can't play 40 minutes a game every game, or he's going to be gassed.
I mean, you could probably look at his minutes now. He's probably giving you 30 though, and if he's giving you 50
that's 18
points
minutes a game that he's not in.
Yeah, but he's giving you 50 a game. Your role players don't have to do much after that. You get what I'm saying?
50 points doesn't win you an NBA basketball game.
Yes, but when your other star player is giving you 24, now you're at 74, and the rest of the team really just has to score about 40 more points all collectively, which isn't hard out of another, 12 guys?
That's out of 18 minutes, though. That's comparatively an average game.
No, that's out of a whole game.
18 minutes of the bench. 18 minutes of game time on the clock, they've got to come up with that other 40.
Yeah.
And that only gives you, a certain amount of points. Like, I don't know.
So what was your thought in that, Bo? Like, would you... Because reason I noticed it during the Spurs game, like every other big they had that came off the bench was like a super tall guy that just hung around the rim. Like they didn't have a big that didn't play like Wemby in a way that it felt like he was on the floor at all times, even if he wasn't.
I know
even once he was kicked out.
I know we just started watching San Antonio recently because of Wemby. He's brought hype to it. But if you ever watch San Antonio way back in the day, they've always done this. They've always had interchangeable bigs. They went from the General Patrick whoa.
The Admiral.
My bad. The Admiral. I'm over here fucking mismatching David Robinson. And then they went to Timmy D.
Played the 4, not the 5, different.
He did, but when the Admiral finally left the league, he kind of became their 5.
He was just a
I
star
will say,
player on the same team.
I will say though, it is a lot different. This is a different Spurs team, and the fact that they did used to have a lot of similar bigs coming into
Yeah.
like they had a team that had Thiago Splitter, Boris Diaw, the guys like that coming in, and the towards like, yeah, you really didn't notice when they were off the floor because a guy Channing Frye, these guys were coming in, pretty much doing the same thing. But at that, those teams were built the same way that the guards did the same thing, really. Because when Tony Parker came out, you had Patty
Manu.
Mills coming in doing the same thing.
Yeah.
When it was that kind of situation. Look, you're not going to find a guy that's going to give you what Wemby gets coming back in. You're just not. You're just not.
No.
And honestly, look, Wemby is an incredible player, and I'm going to say it this way, and I'm not going to say it again. If his height was the reason he was so good, Bol would be a star as well.
Bol isn't as tall.
No, look. Wemby wouldn't need his height to be to be a very great basketball player, right? But you don't need a car to get places.
But it helps.
But it fucking helps.
But it helps.
So it's not the end all be all just
Look,
because he's 7'4".
Look.
I think the height thing honestly kind of takes away from his talent level because
I
he
watched
is
the
very
7'4" man do a tween size of behind the back 3-pointer on a 7-foot center and splash it in his mouth. There's no arguing that. That is insane.
saying it. Look, this whole conversation, if my aunt had wheels, she'd be a fucking bicycle. All right? Yeah, you can't take away anything about the game. You can't say, oh, he wouldn't be this without this, because he's fucking is. It is what it is.
It's the way it exists. It is what we were watching happening with our eyeballs.
I am very excited, though.
Because the way it is.
I'm very excited with Jordan Poole, actually.
He does shoot that motherfucker a lot.
Shooting guard. Please put him at shooting guard.
He needs to play shooting guard. He absolutely needs to play shooting guard.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I remember, I might send it to Jordan if it's still there, but I hit a fat ass parlay, and he is the reason why it hit, because I had him fucking +5 attempted threes. That motherfucker chucks them every time, baby.
He cashed that in the first quarter. No, dude,
hits every time.
When we were playing that first game against Memphis, dude, there was that one that he shot from like a foot and a half past the volleyball line, and I was literally just sitting in my bed by myself, and I just went, good, no, please, and and I was like, this is awesome, this is great, and then
he turned into the next Michael Porter Jr.
A minute later, dude, he does it again, and then he kills out, shoots a couple regular shots, couple floaters, and I was like, all right, this is sick.
And then he shoots another one.
Donk! Dude, not even close. Not even close. In no world close.
I've been enjoying a lot of basketball recently. I've been enjoying the Orlando Magic popping up on my For You page every now and then.
They do the huge boombox. Did y'all see that?
Orlando Magic. Whoa.
Orlando Magic. I'm really enjoying NBA right now. The only problem with it, as I always say, is not even like you could have every channel in the world, bought every subscription, and you're still not catching every game. It's kind of ridiculous now, NBA. Like,
hey, while we're talking subscriptions,
we just need a contract. Like, you just need to sign a contract with someone and allow all games to be on it.
Hey,
and honestly, I would pay $25 a month for it. I would. If I could watch every single game of my team, why do I have to go to 15 different websites to watch these teams? It's kind of aggravating.
I don't think this is a great time to mention it with how horrible the team is. But to Kate and Bo, I know both of you live within the TV market of the Pelicans. If either one of you doesn't have the actual paid subscription to watch them, I accidentally paid for the in market. So I have one that works on 3 different devices. If either one of you need a login, I can send it to you in the group chat.
Oh, dear Lord.
I'm in flat.
I got the charge, and I tried to watch the first game. And it was like, you're out of market. And I was like, yeah, no duh. That's why I own the membership. Like, if I was in market, I would just turn on my TV and watch it. And then I went and looked at my NBA account to see my purchases. And it was like, Pelicans TV in-market subscription. And I was like, well, Hey, Dad, you got a NBA subscription? Yeah, here you go.
Clutch.
Got him. Hey. Austin Reeves.
Was
Austin
favorite.
Reeves, very decent little 50-point game for that man.
Not only that, he's averaging like either 24 or 34 points a game right now. Like he's with Luka out, he's playing like the star player on that team, and like that's pretty encouraging to see on a team that's kind of almost on what could be the last year of the current era that they're in. Because even if LeBron's old, I think he still makes an impact every minute that he's on the floor.
And he
Was
and
that
Austin Reeves
favorite?
is young.
Mm-hmm.
He's very young.
I'm going to have to leave in like 10 minutes, maybe like around that time.
Get
Can I
straight
get
to
my
punching.
tickets in? Yeah, can I
Yes.
get my tickets in, and then if you guys want to wrap it up talking your new NHL teams, that'd be an awesome way to finish out.
Well, actually, if we want to, we could punch like you could punch your tickets really quick, and then me and Cade could potentially run ours because actually no, we'll do it next time. I'll save my hockey questions.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can just skip NHL this time and then just do punch of tickets.
I'd be down with chalk hockey, but I don't.
Yes, it's all right.
if we
The
want to
timing
do it,
doesn't work.
Yeah, we're
Um,
good.
But we have a new punching
our
ticket
next episode's
screens.
Monday anyways, so we don't have long.
We have a new everything screen, but the new punching ticket screen has updated records. Cade's 3-0. Me and Bo are both 1-2, tied on underdog points because I gained one with Mississippi State losing by 7. I had him at 7.5. And it was a sad 7.5 because I mean they should have won that football game. Replay review killed them. Shout out last episode. We're just calling
Wait, Mississippi
everything.
State, they lost by 6, huh?
They lost by 7, but I had them at 7.5.
I thought they lost by 8 or 6. I thought it was an even number. Huh.
Oh,
it was 35-42, huh? That's right.
Mhm.
Or 38. No, 38.
it was something weird, but I made
Was it not
I want
38-46?
it might have been. If so, I'll take the point away.
Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me stand up to present you this lock
No, it was 45-38. That's right. Okay.
Lock
Nope.
of a century.
Correct. You were correct, Jordan.
Lock of a century, ladies and gentlemen. What am I dressed up as? Doc Holliday. What is Doc Holliday? Some would say a cowboy. All right. We have a 2-leg cowboy theme parlay right here with the lock. This is the lock. We have cowboy spread at 2.5, -2.5 against the Cardinals. And then we're going to take the Indianapolis Colts at -3 against the Steelers. This parlay pays out plus 230. We can do big things with this, or we can do small things. You know, need a little boost into the weekend, or at the end of the weekend. You know, to get that profit back up. You know, you might have missed a parlay that shouldn't have missed, but you need one that locks you back in. And this could be it, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we got the theme, we got the team, and we got a dream, baby. Let's get it.
I like that speech.
Love it. Fired up. Absolutely fired up.
So you going next, or you want me to?
Yeah, I just first want to mention my movable object versus.
Oh, these are my favorite.
Game of the week. Give me Kentucky at Auburn. Gross.
Oh, dude, I saw that game.
Ew.
It's going to be a shit fest.
Relegate this one to be live streaming on Tubi. It should be free. It should be on the Roku channel. That's gross. Nobody
Ladies
wants
and
to
gentlemen,
watch that.
this game is the wet dog shit you step in going to work in the morning. It is horrible.
But Kentucky money line at plus 330 is nice because Auburn
I'm
wants Hugh
hitting
Freeze
that.
going
I am hitting
anyways.
that. I am hitting that.
Auburn's going to want to try to lose, so Hugh Freeze gets fired. So put that out there. For my lock of the week, dude, I really like Central Florida at Baylor in the morning. 11 o'clock game in the Big 12. Those are a lot of fun. I will say the Big 12, first thing in the TV, you know, those games always seem to wrap up. You know, you're excited for the 3:30 ACC kickoff, but hold on. UCF's got the ball down 3, driving it against Baylor. What is this? Tight end fade in the corner of the end zone. You know, it can just go like that. I like Central Florida plus 140 on the money line. Central Florida at Baylor.
Very perfect.
Yep, Central Florida's been playing good ball recently. Dog of the week.
Oh, okay.
Dog of the week. Give me Purdue plus 21 at Michigan in the big house. Look, 21 points is just a fucking lot to beat anybody by, especially with a Michigan team that doesn't score a whole lot of points. Look, Purdue gets 10 points in this game. I think they got a good chance of covering 3 touchdowns. I really do.
You took my pick, damn it.
Stole it! Let's
and gentlemen,
go.
I'll go with this so Jordan has time to
I have
pick
two
one.
backups, but you got
Okay.
yours.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be one of the biggest upsets in football this year. We're going to laugh at this team for losing to this team right now, okay? And honestly, it's going to be diabolical. Minnesota Vikings are not only going to cover the spread against the Lions, but they're going to beat them on Sunday. They are. And when this comes true, this is going to be clipped and sent everywhere. This is a call of the century right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
I have done some digging. I have looked at plays. It's going to be freak nasty. That game is going to be one of those games that's going to come down to the wire, okay? And I don't think there's no way the Lions beat this team more than 9. I mean, there's no shot in hell.
Okay. That's why.
Just trust me. All right. Look, the Vikings are the underdog, but they're not the underdog.
All right, Jordan. Rip them.
Got it. For my dog, I think I'm gonna go with Wake Forest plus 9.5 at Florida State. I
Love it. I really love it. I do.
Just kick them while they're down. Bet on a bad team while they're not playing well to keep not playing well. Don't think they're gonna have their worst game. Just also don't think they're gonna have their best. I mean, and then there's a couple other things I stand for: hustle, loyalty, respect. You can't see me, but I mean, if there's anything I really stand for, it's what's written right here on this towel, upside down. It's never give up. All right.
Let's
man.
go.
And there's a lot of teams this year that people have given up on, and there's
Okay.
3 that are
sure.
gonna win this weekend.
We're ready for this.
Okay.
First game, dude. It's actually gonna
No.
happen tonight. It's the NBA Cup. The huge tournament that every single person on the planet looks forward to happening, that's played in Las Vegas every year. And the first team that's probably going to punch their ticket tonight is the New Orleans Pelicans. And then you wake up on Saturday, you
Can't lose them all, baby.
you eat some candy, all the different candies we talked about earlier in this episode, and after that, you ride that into Penn State at the Horseshoe, playing against Ohio State.
God. Oh, hell.
Money
no.
line, all
Never
money
give up.
lines
You
here.
have no
Never give up.
shot and actual.
Never give up. I mean, the entire rest of the world has given up, and if there's one thing you got to say to them, it's never give up.
My brother in Christ, I thought I was delusional picking the Vikings.
And then with my final pick in this 3-leg parlay, Tyler
Do it.
Shough is going to be the man that
Do
leads the
it.
New Orleans Saints to
Do
the
it.
playoffs this season. At plus 3,500 and not 3,000 30,000 35,900. $5 wins you $1,800.
I love it. Couldn't love it anymore.
Honestly, who would not bet that?
I mean,
You're just a
there's no
fool if you
reason
don't.
not to, unless you like giving up.
Look,
I never
ladies
give
and
up.
gentlemen, Subway's sandwiches are not $5 anymore. What else are you gonna spend $5 on? You
Good
could win
point.
1,800.
Or Walmart
Yeah.
Deli plate. Those are still $5. Shout out Walmart Deli.
Oh, shout out Walmart and shout out Costco for keeping the dogs.
Real
Hey.
shit. Real shit.
Ender question. Good way to end
Okay.
this one. All right. We don't have a bet wheel
What's
set
up?
up right now. I'm sorry. But win or lose tonight's game that we're about to go watch, Shohei Ohtani is the World Series MVP, whether or not Dodgers win, correct?
No.
Really?
The Blue Jays win it. It's Vlad Jr. Vlad Jr.'s having one of the greatest postseasons we've ever seen. I would argue he's the best batter postseason since David Ortiz 2004. It's just been unreal. And it might even be better.
Oh, man.
look at
I
those
might.
numbers.
I
He's
might.
almost a 500 OBP. It's Vlad.
Yeah.
I would argue that even if the Blue Jays, regardless of what happened in the next 2 games, Vlad Jr. is the postseason MVP.
He also didn't pitch 6 or 7 innings of 0-run ball with 12 Ks. Like, I mean, I don't know.
You take Vlad Jr. off that team, how far does that Blue Jays team go?
I think the same thing can be said for Shohei at this point. Like,
Fuck no.
dude,
No chance. They're still going to
Shohei.
be in the World Series. They still win the National League without Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, you forget that man struck 10 out and had 3 homers in one game.
I get that. I get that. Look, he's a great baseball player.
That's
That's the
literally
greatest
the
game
best
of all
statistic
time. He's the
ever.
greatest baseball player of
There's
all
a
time. He got on
chance
base 9
this
times
series
the other night.
is over without that game. It's like kind of where I'm at. Like he
See, Bo, what you're
single-handedly
saying-
won a game by himself.
See, Bo, what you're
Okay,
saying
and then he
here?
gave up 4 runs in
Yes.
game 5. Game
This
he
is
did,
true.
He did. But this is
Look, I don't mean
basically.
to discourage. He's the greatest baseball player of all time. But
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I don't know. I feel like this can go either way because LeBron should have had more MVPs than he should have had because of how great he was. But
yeah, Kobe
other
should-
people had great, careers and had a
Look,
great
yeah,
season
I
and
get it,
beat him
but
out that year.
Vlad Jr. season should not go into.
I could see it both ways, honestly.
Unreal.
I could definitely see it both ways.
Vlad Jr. deserves way more praise than he's getting. He's
Yes,
been
yes,
absolutely
Vlad is a great-
phenomenal for the Blue Jays, and it's really very cool to see somebody be homegrown and sign an extension.
I
with
was
the team
about to
that brought
say,
him up through the
not
farm,
only
bring them to the World Series, and perform on the scale he's performing. That is so great for baseball.
not only
Yes.
is he a monster, but the fans absolutely love that dude, bro.
Bo
Like,
was pissed at the start of this series.
I was loving it.
And this has been like one of the more fun World Series to watch in the last couple years.
Yes, it really has. And I can't lie. It's been awesome.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie, gentlemen. 19 innings.
Great series.
That was awesome. We literally got
Also,
two full
Brad
baseball
Paisley-
games.
Brad Paisley sang the national anthem at 2 18-inning World Series games. That's
I saw
crazy.
that.
That's actually sick. That's sick.
So, yeah, he sang in a 10-inning, 11-inning, and 2 18-inning World Series games.
That's actually so sick. So spam the over when he sings, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Hammer agreements. All right, fellas.
Dude.
Well, this was a good one. This is probably
All
our
right,
best
ladies and
one.
gentlemen.
That was fun.
Thank
John
you very
Cena?
much. Adios,
Hey, fellas.
fellas.
See you Monday.